Good morning, everybody. I'm not late. You're late. Not my fault. Someone else's fault. Okay. Oh, the Rex. Alrighty. Oh, different patch. Oh, no. Oh, what a fortuitous start to this stream. And there's a patch-related event. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I realized there's a bug. It can't finish updating unless, Capture Age is, closed. I learned that one. In the previous DLC? Uh-huh. Honestly, I think it says a lot that they're doing all this promo for this DLC when they did not do so for the previous DLC. No. Bum, 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 da, 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 da. Alright, T90 is almost a half hour into this because, you know, I'm very ready and raring to go. Mm-hmm. Yep. Alright. Militia coming in. Hey, T-West. Alright. That looks like Babaorum's off to a nice start. Why, hello there, little dog. Man, there sure is feudal age stuff happening. And the game's over. Alright, let's just quit it now. Looks like, who won? Babaorum won. Whatever. Alright. I wonder who lost. Yeah. Oh yeah, now we still have to keep T90 stream open so that we can know when to jump into the next one. I'll update the scoreboard for the second set. All right. Game 2, guys. We're actually watching it from the beginning. Who would have thought? Babaorum is going to be in the blue as the Khmer to the north, and Goku is the red Incas to the south. A very aggressive civ for this map. What is this Inca not Chompy scout? These 3 civs are already debuted. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, there are certainly going to be aspects that are overpowered and underpowered just because that's how it is when you launch a bunch of new civs like that, but nothing is so inherently broken or useless even, which I think is important. Like, it took people a few hours to realize that Ketons were completely busted. Hours? I mean, like, I mean, we saw it coming beforehand if people were paying attention, but assuming that, you know, especially the pro players weren't really paying attention, it didn't take them long to figure out. So was John's swordsman. Way at launch weren't actually very good. The war chariots at launch were really annoying. Oh. And now we can just kind of do our very best to pretend that the 3K civs don't exist. Up. We're absconding with the piggy. Uh-oh. Alright. The boar got the extra hit in right there. Now, something that we realized, boars don't get bonus damage against the chompies. See, they get bonus damage against shock infantry, cav units, and camel units, none of which are chompies. But it actually doesn't matter because chompies have such low base HP that they still die in the same number of hits. Wait, how is the boar? Oh, because of the Gaia objects! Oh, that's right! Like, look at this. The boar obviously still has sight there. Oh, and it just dipped out of the line of sight there for a hot second. That was cute. That was cute. 19 pop loom, and we already have our militia out and about like a trout, drinking a stout. Very well respected, wielding lots of clout, but not wielded by the Lord Gout. Attempting to make Babaorum pout. Hoping that these lazy villagers are a lout. I don't know, guys. I'm running out of rhymes. Yeah, like, I don't know what all of this not chompy stuff is. Jump! Well, no. Well, gonna go for a bit of a quick wall there. Want any? I have some brewing downstairs. Could you pick me up some? Oh, gonna be laming a couple of sheep, though, at the very least, is Babaorum. Just now, a red player going over to gold. He is still very, very open here with his base. Alright. Archery ranging to come in. Not wanting to open scouts at this point against the Incas. Negative? I really think so. Like, poison thing works. I don't think T-West has been very involved in the development of, or the, you know, grinding out the new civs. It basically works like bleed damage, but over a longer period of time. Which makes sense. If you're bleeding, if you're poisoned, you're taking damage over time. Minute details? Believe it or not, T-West and I do respect each other. Vaguely. A little bit. You know, just enough. Got the lovely triangle defense here. You didn't not call me a nerd. We're both nerds in our own ways. Alright, skirms are coming out. We do have the men-at-arms upgrade in. I'm telling you guys, if these were chompies, man, those archers would have to be a lot more careful. It's a corgi who's scratching to go out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to get some more coffee anyway. Or get some coffee in the first place. The Chompy rush on maps like Fish and Fish, for sure. I mean, all 3 of the new civs are inherently aggressive, as is any American civ due to missing cavalry, except the Mapuche. But even they don't have the easiest access to a lot of cavalry. Like, the Muisca and the Aztecs can work on closed maps in late game because they both have such powerful, expensive units. But all of the other civs are just not very good in the late game. Yes, I finished Lautaro yesterday. Good campaign. I, of course, always have critiques, but good campaign, for sure. And hello, YouTubeites. Yeah, I'm gonna start Arariboya today. Oh, how's he? Oh, a lot of idle time for Goku. Oh, that's rough. Gonna get another kill there. History, well, the way they frame it is it's basically just this back and forth struggle between the Spanish and the Mapuche. But they develop a pretty good set of characters for only having 5 scenarios with which to do it. Well, I mean, this is still pretty scary. Yeah, archers are actually just going to be going right on home. You don't have a good enough way of dealing with all these units. I mean, you can hide, but hiding only works so long. If he was Tupi, he could be doing this with his lumber camp. Or settlement, obviously, in that case. Alright, well, that isn't the greatest there for Babaorum. I mean, he's gonna clean everything up, yeah, but he's losing a lot of these expensive archers. Jumpies? They're good. I don't know if they're busted. Just seemed like a good unit. Swordsman Eagle hybrid. And they can build outposts. But yeah, Goku gonna come in here with another wave of reinforcements. And like I said, Babaorum really did lose a lot of those archers. They're good unconditionally. I mean, they're still conditional, right? They lose to stronger, heavier units. Ensemble had to do to... Well, yeah, because you need a unit that's at least a little bit fast, right? It's always going to be the design struggle of designing an American civ. Like I said, they lose to those heavier, better units. No, they're not at all a 1-1 Mirror of an Eagle. They're a lot worse against cavalry. But they're obviously better against lightly armored units like the other Eagle warriors. And they're much cheaper on the gold cost. They're a bit better versus buildings as well. Better units are available in Castles. Well, they also lose to Men-at-Arms in a head-to-head fight. They lose to Scouts with Bloodlines in a head-to-head fight. I mean, I think it's fine. More than 5 Men-at-Arms? Hey, I lost to a guy who went double barracks Men-at-Arms with melee against my Tupi Chompies, and he beat me. It was very well done. Yep. How the counter system works. Yeah, but remember, the thing with Men-at-Arms is that because they deal 3 more damage a hit to buildings, that is one way that you have to manufacture engagements, so to say. Right? You can apply pressure to buildings with Men-at-Arms. That is what is required to force the chumpies to take those sorts of fights. And I think that's something that players are just going to have to learn how to do over time. Is really leverage that. Especially because, like, the Muisca don't get Arson, so they really lack that building punching power in the early game. The Chupi are still going to be a very strong early game civ. I mean, that's literally how they're designed. Mapuche as well to some extent. But Mapuche are a little bit weak in early Castle Age, as you don't really have a good, obvious power unit to go through. The Incas are probably the strongest for the Chompy Rush. Yeah, I can see that, for sure. But their food discount was nerfed, so it's not as good as it used to be. And because Chompies are more gold-heavy than Swordsmen in the first place, it's not as good of a boost, especially in the early game, in terms of resources saved. But Incas in general are just, again, like, they're in a pretty aggressive civ. That's just how the civ is designed. Anyway, this is a messy, messy eco for Babaorum. He is way behind in resources. Chompy at every stage of the game into Crossbow Knight, and even despite being able to do damage after View and still doing fine. Well, I mean, it depends, to some extent. Just think about Eagle Warriors. You can play Eagle Warriors into Knight Crossbowmen if you can get a good mass of them. But it's easier to mass Eagle Warriors in mid-game than it is Chompies because of the higher food cost of Chompies than Eagles. Knocking at the door again. Oh, the double kill. Uh-oh. The chicken suit men. The chickens are into the fox coop. Or something. Uh-oh. Oh, this is brutal. You have to get a ton of damage over here to even feel remotely okay about things. But even these vills are going to take 1 extra hit to kill because of the extra melee armor upgrade. But yeah, Chompies are definitely worse than Eagles against cavalry, as they are slower than Eagles. And don't have any bonus damage. And they don't really have any more HP either. But it's all going to be a bit civ dependent. Third TC coming in. Coming in. 8 Scorps, though. That's a lot of Scorps. I actually played a game of Chimera on Arena yesterday versus Gurjaras, and I was, like, annoyed at this point. I had just played a game of Romans versus Bengalis, and the Bengalis player just sat in their base until they had Elephant Archer Onager, and I was very salty. I had all the map control, and I couldn't kill anything. But then I was Khmer, and I'm like, screw this noise. I go 25 plus 0, 4 TC boom, and then I actually hit Imp faster and just steamroll him with elephants. Alright, this obviously has to get a lot done here. No ifs, ands, or buts. I would like to see a forward bill in the Siege Workshop, though, for sure. Alright, you have the monks here. Sanctity is on the way as well. No ballistics in for the Scorps! I don't know about that one there for Goku, guys. Oh, something about the fox in the chicken coop as the counterattack is coming on in. Uh-oh. That's what you gotta get done. More knights. One was converted. Fourth TC here at the back, but this is still a ton of pressure here at the front of Goku's base. Not gonna get that one in time. Monastery also gonna be going down pretty soon. Okay, that was canceled. Also, the Mesoamerican architecture set for Incas is also going to be going by the wayside. Big Eagle counterattack here to the north, though. Good quick walls. Well, you could say that this is still not actually getting enough done, though, for Babaorum. Eagles are still here being a nuisance. The Scorpions are not going to kill this TC very fast. Babaorum's going to come in with a forward castle. I mean, he has to get so much work done. We have 2 defensive mangonels in here. And you've got, what, 3 monks with Sanctity? Maybe that's enough. You don't want to let the forward castle come in, though. That's for sure. Visually smaller? Well, they are a 3x3 building, right? I wish that settlements had better pathfinding with them. I guess bills get stuck around them so constantly. Too tall. Never really thought about that. Alright, more conversions being attempted. Archers not really likely to snipe the monks. These vills are derping around, guys. The archers are standing tall. How to be careful about those scorpions, though. Oh, and just a few eagles, guys. Huge, huge snipes. The vills have finally attempted to start building the castle. There's 1 mangonel here, but only 7 vills are building this castle. Oh, boy. Gonna lose 4 or 5 knights there. Standing around. Alright, this is probably it. I don't think you can come back from this as Babaorum. Architecture sets? Well, I mean, it's a unique building, so it's not really like an architecture set thing. It's just that settlements themselves are too tall. Anyway, reasonable effort there from Babaorum, but that late feudal age pressure from Goku really did him in, and there was the fight that looked like it was okay from Babaorum because he destroyed his opponent's army, but the issue is he lost so many of his expensive units in the process. All right. All tied up. I keep on closing T90 stream, forgetting that, wait a minute, I need to have it open so I know when to start the next game. Which bracket is this? Yeah, I can show you. They will never be seen, indeed. They add the art style, though, in case you like start with them on Mega Random and whatnot, so we don't have the days of the Meso Civs getting the Central European stables and stuff. So these guys are bottom of the bracket. I think they're both eliminated, right? Goku would have to sweep. Funnily enough, Goku, the only person he beat was the guy who got first place in the group, Niaz. Yeah, Babaorum could only get 5th place. Yeah, this is over. Yeah, we're still on the last patch. Say my name, 5-0. 5-0 and not guaranteed first place, man. Well, I mean, they're both... Oh, they were? He lost the head-to-head to Target, that's right. So yeah, this is just for some marbles. Oh, okay, that was the second one. Alright, T90 still T90ing. That's a verb. Oh yeah, Lautaro has gone live. The first scenario. Hey, we seen? Unfortunately, I'm not the best qualified person to answer that. You'd have to ask the players themselves. Yes, I actually did consider this, that this is the first campaign that actually we see the new campaign. So, like, we see the Spanish castles, you know, somewhere along the way here. At the end, I think. Yeah, I can see it right there. Yes, I do wish that we had the old UI. Oh, we're back to this. Oh, yeah, the recruiting the tribes. Oh, I get angry. I get salty about the circles, man. I get salty, guys. Circle, man. What is this, like, dashed circle, man? What? What is this nonsense? Uh-huh. Oh, they started. They started! Skirt! Alright, guys, here we are. Game number 3. So, both these guys are eliminated. This is just for $10, so, you know, whatever. Goku gonna be in the red as the Japanese to the west, and Babaorum, the blue Byzantines, to the east. It's high tides. I'm gonna keep looking at YouTube comments. See the... Oh. I mean, I could do it on legendary difficulty, but I definitely couldn't have done it my first try. The 3 achievements? Yep, same. From the Alexander campaign? Yeah, someone got messed up. Looks a bit, yeah, it's not my favorite. Why are they all trash? That's mean. That's a mean comment. I heart most comments, guys. I'm not going to heart that comment. Mostly because even if I disagree with people, I still appreciate them taking the time to comment. Alright, nothing too crazy so far. Classic Civ matchup. Boxer are going to be out here for both players. Goku's is going to be a hair faster. Balls are going to be in. Smack that. Smack that, Doc. Gotta be careful. Okay, it's all good there. Fishing ship's already out here for Goku, so able to leverage the early strengths of Japanese. And I gotta say, this is a matchup that... Before Japanese got the CA bonus, I would have said it was, like, still a little 50-50. It honestly feels like Japanese might even just be better overall than Byzantines here. Like, Byzantines are still good. They're still, you know, close to a 50-50 win rate, but I feel like Japanese are just, like, the best Civ on these sorts of maps. Of the hybrid? I don't know. My horsemen would be Japanese, Persians, Lithuanians, and Dravidians. Those are the true horsemen. Byzantines are like a step down. Like Malians, Byzantines, Malay, Portuguese. I'd say are all like a half step down in terms of popularity. Oh, wait. We have to be up there now as well. The 5 horsemen. The Uwu. We ignore the woo? Yeah, that's true. Alright, barracks coming in now here from Goku. This is still probably for Minute-Arms since 3 villagers are building it. Celts are fine on hybrid maps, it's just there are better civs now. It's funny, now that the 3K civs aren't the most recent civs in the game anymore, it's like, I just like delete the 3 of them from my mind. Okay, yeah, sorry, my mic disconnected for a second. Especially now that we can select the civs from which we want to random. Like, you can just uncheck the 3 kingdom civs, you can make them all very underpowered, and I just don't even care anymore. Don't even care. Alright, so this is actually a pretty nice southern section of the base for Goku. Very easy to defend. The north is much more open, but you can work around that. And well, we have another triangle-shaped wall coming in. Presto. But yeah, of course, in this men-at-arms situation, Japanese are going to be way better than Byzantines. Byzantines going to be playing more for the water. Archery range coming in. Maybe you gotta be a bit careful there. There no other option? Oh, there were other options. It's just they didn't opt to go for them. Actually, they half opted for them. They opted for Jurchens and Khitans and then the Three Kingdom civs. And why do I hear a woof woof woof? Yes, the Three Kingdom civs very much reeks of they were designing a DLC with Jurchens and Khitans, and then the higher-ups were like, you know what would be great? Three Kingdoms. That's popular, right? Who uses Shu? Like, Shu are fine on water maps. What are you talking about? I mean, their hulks are pretty bad now because you don't have the attack upgrades, but, I mean, they're fine. You got a wood bonus, or wood to food bonus. You have a decent dock tech tree. Oddly enough, because they have shipwright, they're actually better than the Wu in the late game on water. Alright, it's the fishing ships and fire ships, the beautiful mating dance there. Not as beautiful as the Mangonel mating dance, though. Perfect. Yeah, but the thing is, which people seem to constantly be forgetting, is that they're literally made by different publishers. Or not different publishers, different developers. So that's like, why can I not get my Chick-fil-A sandwich at Burger King, man? And look who got banished back here. The Corgi. Nope. You're banished. You're stuck here, Dash. Nope. Dash. Sit. 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 Boy. Get much of sandwich from the same side of the food court. Oh, the Corgi. Hope or dream? Yeah, I think that's unlikely. The time for feedback on such a thing was in the concept stage. And they don't give feedback during the concept stage from the community. Up. Oh yeah, this is old patch. No new patch in the middle of a tournament round. Although T90 is, I forget for, like... There's, like, a cutoff when they are using the new patch. It's different for each of the stages of the... Or each of the leagues, it's different, so I don't really remember. Random group seedings? I don't think they're random. Like, they each had 2 players who were coming up and 4 players from the previous league. Eco balance for Babaorum is a bit rough right now, even though his overall resources are quite good. And now he's going to try and rush up a market. But this is definitely much later than he would prefer. He's on 3 docks even. That's a lot of investment here on the water, but I mean, so long as he's surviving here on the land, which he is, it'll be fine. Instaband Inca and Tupi? Are they OP? I don't know, I didn't really get that vibe. Poke. Yeah, good defense here from Babaorum. With full Dark Age chumpies. Oh, yeah, that. I don't know how good that's actually gonna be. That's the Muisca who have the extra armor in Castle Age. That's not the Tupi. Need to hit a single building? Yeah, I mean, their siege isn't that good. I mean, the Iberapema warriors are, like, pretty good against buildings, but... Actually, their chompies are even better. I remember from my testing, I thought the Iberapema warriors would be more of the anti-building unit since they're more, like, heavy frontline, but the faster attack speed of the chompies does help. But it's still nothing like, you know, Teutons or Vikings in terms of just, like, fantastic building demolition or Celts. Thankfully, 2P2 have seed trams, though. The Panama warriors. Apple's new Panamanian product, the Panama. Alright, Castle Edge is in. Bowsaw and Bodkin are coming in. But Goku is still a little ways off from Castle Edge. I mean, he just lost water, right? 14 to 6 KD. Nowadays, at high levels, Chinese, and at all levels, Ketons, I think are probably the two best sibs. Now, Ketons did just get nerfed, and they got nerfed pretty nicely. But they're still probably very good. Iberapema warrior. Yeah, that's 8 syllables total. It might be. Elite War Elephant. No, that's 6. No, I think the overall patch was very good. No, and it'd have to be Elite Iberapema Warriors, 10 syllables, right? Elite Iberapema Warrior. Yeah, that's a 10-syllable unit. All right, DC number 2 coming in from Goku, but he just seems pretty irrevocably far behind. I mean, now he has to get so much damage done for this to even be semi-okay. Ooh. The Ebas. Funny clubman. But the Chompies are also the funny clubman. Farm upgrades applying retroactively? It's something that I think is good for casual players. I mean, like, it helps everybody, but I think from a readability and understanding for casual players, it is quite helpful. Funny mace, man. Ah, yes, that is true. It is a mace. It is not a club. Third TC not coming in. Mangonel is not really doing a whole lot yet. Those Byzantine buildings are tanky. More archers, more Mangonels coming forward here from Goku. He has a lot he needs to get done. Res Collected are still pretty similar, though. But the 5 fishing ships are huge. Oh, I didn't even notice that. help ranged play? That's possible, yeah. Alright, have to be careful there with your villagers. Ooh, nice Mangonel hit there for... I mean, like... It does feel like Babaorum may be underreacting a little bit here. This high ground is huge. I mean, you still have 2 mangoes left over here as Goku. 4th TC coming in for Babaorum. Okay, that's an important hit for him. 3rd TC behind this from Goku, so he is expanding his eco behind, although he does not have Bowsaw. Well, yeah, because other golds are located here, and there should be another one, right? Oh, it's over here in the corner. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Babar. No, Babar was an elephant. Babur was the ruler of the Mughal Empire. Oh boy. This is ugly. I guess there's only 1 Mangonel left. Skirms are still missing the defense upgrade, though. Monks are going down, though. Babor. Oh, jeez. That's a painful one right there. I mean, it's a painful hill, but still kind of underreacting here, was Blue. And I say that like the game is over. He's 1,000 resources ahead and has still only lost 4 villagers. Ah, yes, it's the Irish player Babaorum. We lost to Melkor and Feanor, so now we have to get Babaorum. I mean, if the army isn't here, then he could YOLO it if he wants. That's possible. Gets the kill there. Call that a hate crime? You know, I think my equal opportunity voice acting is so offensive to everybody that it all cancels out. I don't think anybody has the right to get uniquely offended by my accents, because they're all awful. Baba Yaga? Isn't that a Russian, though? Alright, here we go. Goku gonna go for the killer knockout move. Some Samurai mixed in here would also be quite good. Like, I don't know, I have friends who thought, like, oh my goodness, the John Wick movies are, like, pure cinema. They're so fantastically shot. They're so, like, it's such high quality, amazing movies. Like, I saw, like, the first 2, and, like, I don't know. I didn't think they were very memorable. I mean, it's just, like, another big Hollywood blockbuster action movie. I mean, the fight scenes were quite well shot, for sure, but I don't know. I didn't think it was, like, that great. I mean, it's like they're ridiculous and over the top, which is fine, like, but, you know, it's like, it's not like ridiculous over the top action, you know, star normal guy becomes super boss man killer dude. Like, that's not like that hasn't been done before. From not having watched them, yeah. Which is fine. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess I just didn't understand, like, why people were, like, rating them so highly, you know? Anyway, Imp is on the way here for both players, around the same time. 120 Vils, though, now for blue, so maybe Babaorum has held off just long enough. Byzantine Paladins would crush here. Indeed. Indeed. Easy to the south, but you do have access to that gold, which would at least keep you going for a little while, and then maybe you could also think about taking the south here as Babaorum. So, although he had some very unfortunate Mangonel trades, it feels like at the end of the day, he's held on long enough. You know, hashtag just Byzantines things. And Babaorum himself is interested in his own forward castle. This one feels a little overzealous, and there you go, another big hit for Goku. Really not happy with the fact that Babaorum doesn't have the second defense upgrade. Action. Yeah, but the Fast and Furious movies are, like, well known for just being pure popcorn, you know, turn your brain off action movies, whereas, like, people are like, oh, the John Wick movies are cinema, right? It's elevated. Not like everybody, but like I have a couple of friends who think that, and I know that people online think that. Highly stylized violence? Yeah. I mean, they're slick, right? They're definitely well shot, if that makes sense. Cinema? Like, I don't think Keanu Reeves was anything that special. I mean, he seems like a cool dude, so maybe that's why, you know, he's super popular, but I didn't think he was, like, that great. Gravior? I've never even heard of that. Alright, tower time, baby, here for Goku. He does not have control of the south, though. He's got two castles here in the middle. Alright, Ring Archer armor coming in. And we have some high-octane skirmisher-on-skirmisher violence at the moment. Actually, what even is octane? I guess that's just, like, the quality of gasoline. Like, if you go to fill up your car at the pump, it's like you can get different grades of, like, octane in your car. But I guess the more of it, the better. Well, towers are definitely being littered all over the place. That tribe will get sniped eventually, if not in this shot. And it is indeed in that shot, actually. But, are you really going to get into a skirm war with the Byzantines? The higher the better? Does it, like, burn more efficiently or something? Oh. 28 skirms on the way. Guys, if only you could make any other unit. Wouldn't that be terrible? You're still 5,000 res ahead as Babaorum. What I don't understand, though, is why neither player is trying to take the north or the south. Alright, there's Katapuruto. with the compression that gasoline can withstand before igniting. Ah, interesting. Well, I guess we're gonna be going for Byzantine Paladins, guys. I feel a lot more comfortable with that game plan if we actually had villagers down here to the south or to the north for blue, but that's not the case. Also, rotate those crops, baby. Red doesn't even have heavy plow. I mean, the keeps are pretty scary. Okay, there we go. Tower here to the south. That'll deny... Actually, the villagers can try and punch down the tower. Oh, I don't think actually anyone contradicted you in the slightest, Dropsy. In your voices, I ignored you. I didn't even know anything. All right, castle over here, Cavalier to the south, but if anything, blue should go to the north. He has the water control. His opponent doesn't have any docks. I mean, this raid is pretty good, though. And these keeps are very annoying, for sure. Die, market. Die, die, die. But yeah, I mean, neither player can really push... Actually, I say that. Red is having to reposition the traps. He has caught the Peruto. No siege engineers yet. He only has 9 vills on food, which is pretty rough when you're going into skirmishers. But like I said, never go into a skirm war against Byzantines. The only civs that can maybe claim an exception to that rule are Dravidians and Vietnamese. Oh, blue absolutely looks like he's going to win this. Yep. No, it's okay, Nuke equipped. No res to the north. There's only 14,000 gold. Think about it. In like 45 minutes, that's nothing. In the context of a 3-hour game that this could possibly be, that's nothing. Anyway, big push here. Even the Cavalier are going to get the job done here. No bloodlines, no blast furnace, no problem. And Babaorum should close this one out, and at least get one win in his group. Bob O'Reilly. Did snipe his castle to the north, which isn't a bad thing, but you're losing the entire main section of your base in the process. He does have some resources to the south, because he only has 3 vills on gold. He has most vills on stone of any resource, which at this stage in the game is not a great sign. But yeah, Red just never actually made any good units for Japanese, right? You need an actual, you know, swordsmen, cav archers, halbs, towers, all that stuff. He had no answer to the almighty skirmisher except his own skirmishers. And losing that entire food eco when you're trying to go for skirms is pretty bad. No vills even over there to the back. I mean, there's just not much left to raid at this point. Babaorum is methodically picking off those towers. Bills are all dying. I really don't know why Goku's playing. Like, there's nothing for him at this point. This is how I feel about the game. This is exactly how I feel. Aww. I have no idea. Feel pretty useless in the campaign. I used the Konas a ton. The Bolas Riders less so, but I don't think Bolas Riders are all that good against like conquistadors and paladins. They seem to be much more suited to killing other cav archers or light cav. Like, I don't know, is Goku especially salty or something? Like, this just seemed like a pretty normal game. In fact, it was quite competitive for a while, despite Goku losing water. But yeah, that last scenario in the Mapuche campaign is definitely a grind. I wasn't able to deny any of Santiago's construction. So I had to muscle my way through with my Mapuche trash units. But having all those heroes is huge early on. Hey, he had to resign at 37 pop, guys. I mean, come on. Really weird. Anyway, congratulations to Babaorum. Good for him that he's at least able to take a set. I was wondering if T90 had fast forwarded through it, but no. When the Rams approach? That's not really what I did. I just kind of sniped the units and boomed up. But I did beat it. Dash. Come here, Dash. The third scenario I thought was quite good, actually. I still used a combination of trash units with some Kona support. Loaf wants in, the loaf wants out. But I think that's, yeah, this entire group is done now here. So those are the results. Those are who are going into the final stage. Civs are OP or not? It really doesn't feel like it is. I played a lot of new civs versus old civs, and let me tell you guys, they did not feel all that amazing. Monos versus Husiel is next. Monos is 2-2. Husiel is 3-1. Without gunpowder. Muisca should still be a pretty good flank civ, though, because of their clowning potential, and they have siege onagers in late game, plus the temple guards. The other two civs will be awful on Black Forest. Oh, you can? I thought I did all the side quests. Yeah, he's playing around with the potentials there. Bombard tower. I mean, that's to represent them stealing the gunpowder, right? Their own defenses are quite bad, but they stole the cannonry and whatnot from the Spanish. A hand cannon. I talked about this with Trirem. So basically, they thought that it was a little much to give an American civ, like have Mapuche be the only American civ with both cavalry and gunpowder. So they just opted to go for the cavalry focus and then give them a little bit of a gunpowder tribute with the Bombard Tower, which I think is fair. I think that is fair. Yeah, people seem to like the interview. No redemption? Nope. No redemption. You still trade shot level. Mm. I want to stream the next series, but mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's Bug'em. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. I missed one or two questions. Did I? I thought I was pretty thorough. Every new civ need 5 unique things. That doesn't seem like a way of framing a question that's very good for an interview. Unless you want to be combative. And considering that World's Edge needed to approve the interview in the first place, I don't think I could do that. Yeah. The point of the interview is just to let them talk about the new stuff, and then I want them to explain their reasoning behind why they decided to do the things they did. Jumping the shark. I think that it's a tricky situation. I think people like having support for AoE too. But how is that done in a way that doesn't undermine the integrity of Age of Empires in the first place? Like, it's hard to say you're jumping the shark when you're still getting content. Even DE is now getting close to 7 years old. Most games don't get that kind of support unless they're like the continuous game like League of Legends or Dota or whatever, Counter-Strike. Need server support. Yeah, I think a lot of people would disagree with that. In cosmetics, again, I think that a lot of people would be very, very against the selling of skins and cosmetics. Worst way. I always thought jumping the shark meant that you have something good that's going, but then you decide to take in a completely different direction that completely undermines its integrity and core interest. Another go at Battle Royale. Yeah, Victors and Vanquish felt a lot like a money grab. I'm not gonna lie. That said, it was very cheap, right? It wasn't the best content, but it was very cheap, and it's kind of like you kind of knew what you were getting, right? The 3K had so much money and time put it into it. It's like Return of Rome. It had so much put into it, and it's like, what even is the point? This just seems like a very poor allocation of resources. Disregard the AoE2 boundaries. Well, I think the general consensus is that this DLC is at least pretty good. The last DLC, not so good. The DLC before then was Mountain Royals, which was pretty good. The one before that was Return of Rome, not good. One before that was Dynasties of India, which was good. One before that, well, Dawn of the Dukes and Lords of the West were kind of, I think, came as like a pair, which were kind of mixed. With Windows version, yeah. False advertisement. The only thing that I think was a little misleading is that, oh, there were a lot of improvements from the modded versions. Basically, a lot of stuff was cleaned up to make it more streamlined to play, but like, it was still basically the same thing. What specifically do I like about this one? I think the new Sims are fun. I think it's an interesting part of the world that is underexplored. The new unit mechanics. Is there anything that feels particularly out of place? I mean, I'm never a huge fan of snare mechanics, but it's so innocuous for the Bolas Rider that I'm not that bothered. Other than that, is there anything else that's bad? I am hitting all the wrong buttons. Oh geez, what have I done? Oh, I accidentally snipped something. Logistica, what's inherently wrong about that? It's like, how would you add new content to the game? Oh yeah, I wanted to see the draft before I inputted who's on which side. Archer Cavalry. I do think that they try and stuff too many bonuses or effects campaigns to noobs. Unfortunately, that does not make them enough money. My understanding is that the campaign only content does not sell well enough to justify the continued support of the game. Yeah, it's definitely better for Bolus Riders, but their base attack is pretty low. So again, like the unit does not feel busted or anything. No good reason. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that you need to go crazy with the gimmicks on each unit. Guys, are they starting the next series or not? Poison? But that's not a unit gimmick, that's their unique tech. And being trainable at a monastery isn't really enough to make a unit interesting, right? Yeah, I got nothing wrong with settlements. Man, guys, I'm trying to do this for the viewers when I have, like, nobody watching, and then it's like, they just freaking take forever between sets. I'm trying to do right by you guys. Plus 10. That's the Incas, not the 2P. So, I mean, that could be a typo. I already found one typo in the campaign. Oh, maybe. I have no idea. Is disgraceful? Oh, I'm sure it's terrible. I have the utmost confidence that the localization is awful. And yet it's still somehow like the most time consuming and expensive part of making a DLC. I don't understand how it is so inefficient. Spear and Skirm plus 5 HP? Isn't it Spearmen, Skirmishers, and Chompies? So both of their infantry units. I mean, it is in effect infantry and skirmishers and slingers. Wait, no, does it read infantry, skirmishers, and slingers? Kill buildings? They're worse against buildings than men at arms. They're literally worse. One less base attack and one less bonus damage. They're only as good as scout cavalry against buildings. Or no, wait, they do one more damage than scout cavalry. But yeah. Here? Okay, well, they just, altered it. Anyway, guys, I don't know. This honestly feels like I'm just wasting my time at this point, so I'm just gonna head off. I can do other stuff. I can work on the Arariboya campaign. I'll try and be back tomorrow. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching.